Hello, everybody. This is a Lamley Preview showcase. Call it what you want. I'm going to do something I've never done before. I have Hot Wheels NFT Garage Series 5 with me. The redemption period just started last week. Those that were lucky enough to pull these from one of their NFT packs, they're redeeming these now. They're being mailed out to those lucky folks. This is the set of 5. Some of you are lucky enough to get all 5. Including the treasure hunt, the Porsche. We'll get to that. I said I'm going to do something I've never done before on the YouTube channel. I'm going to open these up. I have shown you open models before. That's because Mattel sends these to me so I can showcase them for you. But they've sent me carded versions to show and loose versions to show. But this time they just sent me carded versions, and I'm going to open them up because my whole point is to show off the card art. Which it's still a little mixed bag for me, this card art. We'll talk about that. I always think that the rest of these are really nice. And the treasure hunt's the one that leaves a little to be desired. These are all really good. But anyway, we'll talk about that. But I'm going to open them up, which kind of, I feel like this is my job. This is why they send them to me. So I'm going to open them up because if I'm just a collector and I get these, I'm not opening them up. The value, it's not just a value thing. This is kind of the package, is to have the card art, the cards, the cars on the card, all that kind of thing. I guess if you get extra sets, it would do it. I would keep them carded, but my job is to show them, so I'm going to show them off, and I'm going to open them up. So let's get right to it. 5 cars in the set, but I thought since this is Series 5, Series 6 is just coming out for people to buy, we'd go through all the cars right now real quickly. Oops, and I'm dropping them. I have all of them from the first 4 series. This is going to be 25 cars right now, so let's just walk through them. I don't have to necessarily talk about them, but I would say Series 1, and these are all the ones that Mattel provided, so that we can go through them. Series 1 was very Hot Wheels focused, and when I say Hot Wheels focused, more like nostalgic. We had like the Twin Mill, mostly unlicensed models. I think there's only one licensed. Roger Dodger's one. Hot Wheels logos on it. And I've thought about, do I talk about, this was even the Camaro, while that one's the licensed one, it was in that Hot Wheels Special Edition Camaro version. So, I don't know if I can talk about NFTs. I don't know what I can offer from these. I know there's a lot of people that have mixed opinions. This was the treasure hunt, was the Bone Shaker. So, you can see very Hot Wheels-esque in how they did it. NFTs have kind of taken a hit. I was even asked on a post on Instagram, are NFTs even a thing anymore, with obviously the crypto taking the major hit that it has. Still came, Series 2 started with a very Hot Wheels-esque Model 2 with the auto. But then we got into some other things. This was a good mix. I'm actually literally doing 2 conversations at once talking about these series. They started getting licensed stuff now. There's the Firebird and some really popular castings. Anyway, like that's one of my favorites right now. Anyway, NFTs, Hot Wheels has stayed committed to it, which I have to give them credit for it, because you could see them discontinuing these just because NFTs have taken such a hit of late, but they're still doing them. Honda S2000, another one that was really good, that I know has kind of gained some value. And the treasure hunt, of course, it's a gasser. So that was really popular. That was Series 2. I don't know how to, it's like, I understand why people have frustration with the NFTs but in this world now, there's going to be some Hot Wheels that are not as accessible as others. That's just how it works these days with collectibles. Here's Series 3. I already showed this one. Again, a mix of unlicensed and licensed, but it seems like the more licensed cars kind of become more and more popular. Anyway, it's like, I just don't know exactly what to say. I can really comment on the models and what I like and what I don't. These last 2 I'm not real fond of. Tuchet Z's the Legends winner. Anyway, so I won't disagree with anyone's opinion. People that don't like the NFTs, I get it. But as long as Hot Wheels is doing them, you hope they get executed well. This one, for example, was executed really, really well, the Acura NSX in Spectre Flame Red. Leeway does the designs. He's the one that sends these to me. And he does a lot of the basic designs as well. Really like the Cadillac. So they're kind of the equivalent in terms of, they all have metal bases and premium wheels, but their Spectre Flame paint is the same that they used on Super Treasure Hunt. So that was Series 3. The Cadillac was the Treasure Hunt. So Bone Shaker, Gasser, Cadillac, And then Series 4, I think so far has been the best. This one may surpass it though, because I think all licensed cars and a kind of cool variety. This is the Chevy Silverado. I don't need to mention all of them, but we can show them off. Put them all on the turntable. Anyway, I think the cars have done well. It started with a very, like, it was very Hot Wheels, like unlicensed originals. Now it's moved into cool versions, like NFT or not. These are actually kind of nice versions of these cars. Cadillac. Nice one. Like that one, the Gucci, and we've had it obviously in basic this year. I wonder if we're going to see that as a super. I just get the sense we might. Don't know anything, but get the sense we might. Treasure hunt on this one was fantastic too. This is the McLaren F1 GTR. I'm a completist of this, so this is one, like, this is the casting I would, of all of these, I think I'm a completist on the Gasser, S2000, and the McLaren. So those would be the cars that I would pursue most heavily. And then on this series, I think it would be this McLaren, and then the panel, because it's just so cool. All right. Anyway, there we go. Those are the first 20 cars. And now we're going to talk about these next 5, and then we'll move into Series 6 and on, and we'll see how long they go. Let's talk about these 5, and let's open them up. This is number 28 in Series 5. I mean, how they're numbered, I didn't really look at that in the cards. I'll show you these. They do come, let's see, where is it? I already took these out, but they do come in a box like this. Cardboard, kind of a nonchalant cardboard box. I think a lot of people like to keep these sealed, obviously. I already cut that open, and then they come, I'll show you inside. They're kind of funny how they're packaged, because it's just like that. There's no padding or anything. It's just in a protector. I've already taken that out. You've got this kind of embossed look on the card. The artwork is fantastic. We'll talk about the treasure hunt, which I don't think is very good. I wish they change it. But I think the artwork on these is really cool, because the cards themselves has a moving car, because they're NFTs, they're digital art. You can't obviously replicate that here, but I think they do a nice job making these special. So here is the car. It's the Aston Martin Vulcan. Nothing much on the back. It's kind of pretty simple. There was questions on whether or not this looked like the Target Red Edition, and it really does, but it's not exact. There's obviously some more detailing on the hood there. I'll try and get it out of the glare here. How about that? There's what it looks like there. There's what it looks like there. But yeah, very similar. I wonder if Aston Martin just wants specific types of decos on these, and that's what they did. Art embossed and good, nice, strong cardboard. And here we go. For the first time ever, I am actually opening these up. I'm going to try and keep this that way, because I might put these back in the protector. There is the car. Obviously, Real Riders, 10-spoke Real Riders. Spectraflame red with the details on it. They all get that Hot Wheels NFT Garage logo somewhere on these. Casting, cool car. Not a casting I'm like super into, but cool. All right, let's go to the other side here. Are these all licensed? Yeah, they're all licensed. And I like that they're doing that. I think for today's collector, that's kind of the direction you want to go. Maybe Bone Shaker or something different, but for the most part, going license is good. This is the 2017 Pagani Huayra Roadster. We obviously had the Pagani Huayra in the last mix, just the standard Pagani Huayra. Roadster, I think, is the better casting, and I love it in gold here. There is the art. Again, fantastic art. With the embossed Hot Wheels kind of floating in midair on this tunnel. I just think that is super cool. And look how they just replicated that Spectraflame color on there too. It's just really cool. I like the 5 spokes on this too. I can show you that. Can do this. Pull this out. Throw this over here. Throw that over here. And here is the car. If you want to see the base, I think they're just premium versions of the base, but here is the car. Spectraflame gold. The gold really stands out. We have that on the Corvette, right? Is that where the only one we've had gold? I guess on the Cadillac too, just some trim. But we get the Italian flag highlighted on the hood and on the sides. I guess on the back too. This is awesome. This is actually a with the black hood and the gold trim. And then the copper colored wheels. I thought these were, that's funny. I thought these were, until I opened it just now, I thought these were like the old school, like muscle 5-spokes, but they're not. They're the modern 5-spoke. That's funny. I just did not notice that. I thought they were the classic one. What was it? Like the 5-spoke, what do you see? Where's the one that, like the Roger Dodger? I thought it was this wheel, but no, it's that wheel. Which makes more sense, right? Anyway, that looks fantastic in gold. So that one is even better than I thought once I opened it up. All right, let's keep going. Let's go with the McLaren, because I want to highlight this model, and then we'll open up the treasure hunt last. Let's talk about this McLaren F1. Great artwork again. Once again, the embossed logo. It just looks like it's floating. I just think the execution here is just so well done. It's all right. Let's open it up. They do keep these well packaged. They've got, this insert that keeps the car kind of in place for those that don't want to open it. And that would include, that would include me typically. Throw that over there, kind of pull that off. This one looks nice too. 10-spoke rims, like this color on the 10-spoke rims. It doesn't, they've really perfected. There's been some issues with car culture, and when they don't chrome the wheels, they look very plasticky. But they've now made it to where they don't have to go full chrome, but these wheels look really good. They look more realistic without being chrome, because obviously on some of these cars, they don't need to be chrome, but this is really well done. Love the interior color on this. The green color is cool too. I guess you could say those are silver 10-spoke rims, so dig in that as well. All right, let's talk panel. Love seeing the panel go into the NFT, because this is a casting that when it was first released was such a big deal, and it's kind of lost a little bit of its luster. But I think we have one of the prime releases of this casting. I'll give you a quick history. There's a ton of versions of this one, especially in premium, but this was interesting. I've talked about this before. This casting, this is a dollar version released in 2006 with not only metal base, metal body, but an opening rear door and a metal motorcycle. This was a dollar car. Now, granted, most cars weren't like this at the time, but they did release as a dollar car. It was just hanging on the pegs. Never saw it hang on the pegs, but it was. And this was its debut, and it became a super, super popular casting right out of the gate. Quickly moved to premium. This was one of the premium versions in RLC with the opening part, and they would even detail the motorcycle. Like that one's really cool with those 5-spokes, kind of giving it that kind of modern, not modern, but kind of cool muscle look to it. My favorite, and this remains one of my favorite Hot Wheels of all time, is this mystery car. They did mystery mail-ins back in the day. This one didn't have any detail on the motorcycle, but I really like this version with these colored paint. With this colored paint, you had to mail in for that one. That one I really liked. Actually, no, I think it maybe came with protectors or something. I don't remember. Then eventually, you kind of knew with things happening and some cost cutting and stuff, they actually did releases where they just took the motorcycle out. This was in some sort of like store exclusive set, and this Reese's set. So it had the opening door, but had no motorcycle to pull out. And now, at least in these versions, they've actually sealed in the door and changed the interior. So that's kind of a bummer on this one, but I think they'll still release it with a motorcycle and like RLC if they ever do it again, or like convention or something. But still, I think this is cool because a lot of people are kind of noticing this casting again. It's big, it's heavy, and there's obviously a ton of real estate to put a lot of cool deco on it. And this one with the Ralphie Boys Skate Shop deco is really, really cool. I'll show it to you, just kind of give you some close-ups on camera and out of the package, or in the package. It's just really cool. Like the wheels on it. There's the art. Love the beach motif here. And now let's open it up. Take that and throw that. And here it is. Yeah, it's a lot lighter without the additional motorcycle in it. And I have no idea. You'd have to take this apart to see if they still have that area where you can insert the motorcycle, but yeah, this one is sealed up. It's got the GT wheels on it. Hot Wheels are printed on the, what does it say, radial, Hot Wheels radial tires. This thing is just so cool. Love the color, love the deco. I do think this is it's not the casting I like the most out of this mix, but it is the execution I like the most. I just think it looks really cool. Inglewood, California. It's just vibing. It's got kind of a classic Mattel vibe to it, and I just think that looks super, super cool. All right. Last one, it is the treasure hunt. They put the treasure hunts in these kind of gold foil blisters. They do give it a window in the back so you can see the car, because I know they assume most people will keep these sealed, so you can see all versions of the car. This is the Porsche 911 GT3 RS, but I still think that this is the poorest executed of the artwork, because it just looks like someone cut out a picture of the car and glued it to this foil. Everything else is cool, but it's just the execution of the car itself. I know it does look like it's kind of floating over the gold, but still, it's funny. With all the other cool artwork, it's funny how the most sought after, the rarest or whatever car has the worst artwork. Everything else about that foil stamp kind of thing is kind of cool, but my job is to open this, so let's, this one's going to be a little bit different to open. I guess I can open it from here, right? From the back. Let's do that. Because if you see, like, the blister goes into the card. So I assume this is something new, so let's just see if I can do this from this end. Oh, yeah. We should do that with all these, huh? Look at this. You can actually pull that out, and then I can just push that back in, and you have a, that's actually kind of cool. Why don't they make all the premium like that? I know it's way more expensive, but I don't know, for like RLC? I don't know, they should do that more often. I like that. I like that. All right, put that here. Here's the car, Porsche. We've seen this casting a lot. We've seen it in premium a little bit, not a ton, but it's got the GT3 deco on it, which looks really cool. It's got, you know, this is like a stock deco on this car, as far as I know. I don't know about the center stripe up top, but the GT3 over, you know, above the headlight, that's part of the deco. I like it. Porsche on the spoiler, lights done, total premium. Porsches are popular. This casting is going to be popular, especially because it's a treasure hunt. This will be the most sought after of the set, I would believe, although I still think the panel is the best executed. Of the treasure hunts, you've got the Porsche, you've got the McLaren, Cadillac, Gasser, move this camera down, and Bone Shaker. Still going with the McLaren is the best one. That's what I would do. But the Porsche is pretty nice too. You guys tell me what you think. Thank you, Mattel, for sending these. Hopefully it's fun to watch me open these up. It's something different. Kind of like the packaging on that Super Treasure Hunt. Well, don't like the art, but I like the way it's packaged. Thank you, everybody. Tell me what you think. Bye.